sight.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com. Yeah, James. There it is. Yeah, give the people what they want, baby. That's it.
Gross.
What?
Give the people what they want, baby.
Come on, dance for me, baby. I'm just peeling off ones.
Y'all ready for this?
Oh, God. Jock jams.
Oh,
What if that's
I
the
love
only?
a jock jam.
What if that's the only way that I could have sex? Is if I put on jock jams and I'm like, this is the only way that I could get off, baby. Let me put on jock jams.
As
I gotta put on jock jams.
As opposed to McLaughlin.
McLaughlin. Sarah McLaughlin.
Yeah, I work out to a jock jam.
Do you really? I work out to.
Have to.
I work out to one jock jam, and it's so cheesy that I'm debating whether or not to say it or not.
To be real.
No, it's not. That
okay.
one. Come on, dude. It's not a jock jam.
I know, but it's cringy, and we're giving the people what they want.
Do you work out to one jock jam?
To one jock jam?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Is there a jock jam in your playlist that you're like, this is totally a jock jam?
No. Well,
I've got one jock jam in
No,
my playlist, and I'm super embarrassed about it.
You must. Why don't you say? I've just been listening to Beast Mode on Spotify. It's hilarious.
What's beast mode?
It's just like a workout mix. So Spotify has workout mixes.
Oh yeah, so does Apple. So who's on beast mode?
It's just a lot of like club, like hardcore club stuff like that.
Like Venga Boys?
What?
Like club music, house music, like fucking Swedish House Mafia.
Yes, just kind of like just workout jams, like kind of nondescript pump up. Pump you up with a big drop.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Extraction.
One is called "We Don't Fucking Stop."
Okay.
We don't fucking stop. We'll never fucking stop. We don't.
Like
you know what I mean?
motivational?
Yeah. No. But it's like hardcore, like really bassy, fucking right.
Yeah. Mine. I have one jock jam that is like a real jock jam on my playlist that I was like, oh man.
Well, why don't you just spill it, okay?
It's "Power" by Snap. I've got the power.
Oh yes, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I don't know why I've never bothered to remove it, but it's on there. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why I put it on there. I'm assuming it had something to do with something hilarious that I was like a sketch or something.
Yeah.
Either way, it's on my playlist, and when it comes on, I don't turn it off. I don't. I let it play.
Yeah, I'm happy
I let it
for
play. You know who's playing that song today? Elon Musk. It's time to musk up, kids. Time to musk up. Elon is he's all done.
What?
He's all done with the shutdown.
Okay.
So he just posted on his Twitter, "Free America Now," in all caps. He's all done with it. He's all done with it, Jabes.
Free America Now.
Yeah. He wants America to be free
okay.
right now. And I get it, Elon. I'm with you. Look, he's rich enough to beat the pandemic. Mm-hmm. So he's fine. And then he's just he's praising Texas in particular. Texas is open Friday, so he's like, bravo, Texas. Let's get this on. He's got an empty picture of a mall parking lot with one car in it, and he's just like, let's get this shit open, up and running now.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
People are coming after him left and right now. And a lot of people are saying, this is why billionaires don't deserve a voice. This is why billionaires shouldn't speak, or this is why there shouldn't be any billionaires in this country. To those people who are saying that, I say, fuck you.
Sure.
I believe in a strong capitalism society. I want capitalism, obviously.
Sure.
And with this, it's like, dude, you should work and want to have $1 billion. On the other side of this, I don't view this as like him wanting more money or anything else. He has enough money. Elon is
He doesn't need
fine.
America to open back up.
He doesn't
wants
need
it to open back up for
jobs, because everybody's going to lose their jobs. The GDP numbers came out today.
Does it help him if our economy is good? Sure.
It
but
does.
I'm not sure that's what this message is about.
Here's the whole thing to me that I look at. The world isn't fun if people are in a recession. The world isn't fun if people aren't able to pay for their houses and mortgages and cars and whatever. Like that's not a fun place to live in. Like a recession is miserable, man. People are miserable. People are fucking killing themselves.
Yeah.
I don't want to live in that world. I want to live in a fun world where it's just like, all right, great. People are working, happy, spending money, going out. You might not like what you do for a living, and that's always going to happen. But if you're able to pay for your life and your kids and everything else, chances are it's a little more bearable.
Sure.
So I don't look at it like that because like the people coming after Elon Musk right now, Elon doesn't need shit to reopen. He's fine forever.
Yeah. He's literally
If nobody buys one more Tesla or anything else.
He's using a platform in the same way that other people are using platforms to tell us to stay home.
Mm-hmm.
He's using his to say the opposite. And why can't we have both?
Yeah.
Like, why does everyone that has a platform, celebrity or otherwise, need to be telling us to?
Don't know.
Actually, they don't need to be telling us anything. I did see Kevin Costner.
K-Cos.
He finally posted.
Oh, what did he say?
Something.
Uh-oh.
Gosh, there's just something. He's very. No.
Okay.
Just on his Instagram because I follow him.
All right. Was it good or bad? Whenever it's a celebrity these days, I'm like, is this good or bad?
No. It's fine. It's just, he's just doing what they're all doing.
Okay.
But somehow from Costner, I like it.
What was it? What did he say?
No, he's just like very calmly, like a daddy, telling you, it's hard. It's hard for him too. He has it better than most people.
Is that what
right?
he said?
And he's just like sitting. It's almost like a McConaughey shot. Like it's very like well set up.
Yeah.
He did it himself, but he's like in this like barn with beautiful light, and he's on this like perfectly composed, almost looks like a Yellowstone like shot.
Yeah.
And he's just sort of, pontificating and letting you guys know that he's like, I'm speaking out the way all celebrities are speaking out. It's just it calmed me. It's the only one I've seen.
He's good at it.
That I liked.
You notice they bring him in for the big shit. He did Whitney Houston's funeral. Remember that?
Oh,
and
gosh.
He rocked it.
He rocked it.
He's great.
He cried.
What I would really like to see is him in his natural habitat.
And what is that?
That's nude. So if that camera slowly pulled out, and then it was his dick resting on a saddle.
It would be great.
Dick and balls. Mm-hmm. And again, I hate to keep bringing this up, but I'm going to till the end of time.
Sure.
Kevin Costner has always wanted to show his dick in a movie. He's had it cut out of 8 films. Clearly by the,
I love that
the
about
director
him.
or the studio.
Makes me love him more.
Same. But I would like to see that in his natural habitat where it just starts off with a close-up of his face. The camera slowly pulls back, and then we see his dick and balls just resting on a saddle. And one of those like Yellowstone shots, like you're saying.
Yeah.
That type of lighting, and when his cock well lit.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me on this one.
Okay.
Or it's a close-up.
Yeah.
Eyes only, nose only. He's talking.
Mm-hmm.
As it pans out, it's his face in a massage hole.
Ah.
Right?
Yeah. And he's getting milked.
And
Getting milked from underneath. Is there a hole in the table?
When he's done talking, he turns over, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a girl. You kind of like see an angle of like a girl
All
there,
right.
and you can also see him whipping the sheet back too.
Yeah.
So all of this
towel.
is like from a like corner view.
So what I would like to see was I'll take that shot, right? But I want it to slowly. The camera just it's on wheels. And then it slowly wheels down, and his dick and balls are through another hole, and it's a milking station.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I'm sure he would be down for
either
milked. One of those shots. But people are saying on here, like,
pitch it to him.
Is
Pitch
he
it to
number
Kevin
2?
Costner.
Yeah, I'll let him
hit
know.
Him up. I'll hit him.
I have 1 degree of separation, so.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Who's your degree?
Dwyer.
Oh, that's right. Shit.
They're friends.
Yeah.
So
beef fries.
Yeah. They're both very disappointed about this Iowa
God
thing.
damn it. I forgot about that. So that's not going down.
Craig hasn't forgot about it.
Craig Gillespie's in there.
Oh, no.
Nico the Greco
talks about it every
was
day.
first in the message boards, by the way.
Nico, you won.
You won today, Nico.
They're also asking if he is number 2 to Russell, Kurt Russell.
Who?
People in the boards are being like, is he number 2 in the daddy, my daddy list?
Yeah, your daddy list.
I think he's inching above Russell. Now, Russell.
Weird phrase there, inching. Talking about his penis getting cut out.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Why not just say it?
All right.
So, Russell is
Kurt Russell
going. Yeah, Kurt Russell is going a khaki white New Balance way.
Oh, Dad, he's going
to
down.
Me,
he's 60.
Sure,
he might be 70 at this point.
And now listen, that happens. I do not fault him for it. Right?
Yeah.
He has like a bunch of kids. He doesn't care. He's in love with his wife.
Yeah, you bet.
So fine, Koss.
He's leaning into the old
Yellowstone. Yes.
Yeah.
He's leaning into being like a kind of sexier older guy, which I'm into.
Yeah. No, we all know that. We all know that, You don't have to tell us.
He's inching.
You love a mid-60s man?
He may be first. I mean, I'm like,
whoa!
I'm like,
that is
I don't want to say
news.
it. I don't want to say it right now because I know that's like kind of. I may be like a quarantine brain or something like this. But I really do. I mean, Koss, you have to see this video.
Kevin Costner's your new daddy.
He isn't just
everything. That is breaking news.
Video, yeah.
Man, I was not expecting that today, James. Not from you.
Well, there's not a lot of news today,
Whew.
so.
There is gangbanging going on in Little Rock today.
Uh-huh.
It's one of the best HBO docs of all time. But there's a lot going on today. Your girl, Gigi Hadid. Preggers, dude, with Zayn Malik's kid. It's gonna be the best looking kid maybe ever created. What happened there? I thought she was dating the guy from The Bachelor that you were talking about.
I mean, they were just hanging out. I don't know how this pregnancy happened.
I can tell you what.
Quickly, but
looking at it right now, from my perspective,
they're exes, so something happened.
No, I get that. It's not like she went into a donor.
No, I'm saying like I think after Tyler, The Bachelor,
right?
He's real great looking, but dumb.
Short.
And so she maybe was like, you go right back to the ex after that for sure, and you go in full force.
If I'm Tyler C, though, I'm not pulling out of that sitch at all. Like he should have just gone raw dog the entire time and tried to knock her up because then he's set for life at that point, right?
He doesn't really want that.
He should.
I know, but he doesn't. He's a real weirdo.
It's weird, man.
He wants to help kids in the inner city and feed the poor and
live
stuff, and it's just
on yachts, bro. All you had to do is just not pull out, and you could have lived on yachts the rest of your life. That's
it. Doesn't want that, but yeah.
Well, come find me in 5 years, homeboy. Let me know if you don't want that.
We could lump him into the J cut and the.
No, you can't. And I'll tell you why.
I'm just saying
he doesn't have that type of money. Jay Cutler's got the fucking money.
Does Bag have money? Brian Austin?
Fuck yeah, Bag does. Come on, dude.
Okay.
Bombs over Baghdad.
I'm saying he has that.
Brian Austin Green.
I'm saying he has that mentality.
90210 went. That was the biggest show, and it went for, God, how many years? 12 years, something like that. Bag is fine, dude. He got the bag, and then they did the reboot, which he did that as well. It was only a season.
Still?
Yes, that show was massive. You would have had to have been an idiot to squandered that fortune.
Okay,
an idiot. The one who's shockingly doing the best out of that crew is Ian Ziering. Is that how you say it? Ziering?
Ziering, yeah.
He's the one that's doing the best.
No, you're right. You're right.
Here's why. He owns a cut of that Sharknado franchise. He owns back end on that.
Smart.
Isn't that crazy? I saw Tara Reid at a Comic-Con, and I was like, how sick it was that Sharknado money? And she was like, it was fucking sick. But she was like, no one made out better than Ian. And I was like, really? And she was like, yeah, man. He took producer credit and back end and all that other shit. And I was like, did you ask for back end?
Yeah.
And she was like, tried. Instead, they upped the salary because they didn't want to give away any back end. So I don't know what that franchise made, but clearly it was big enough to where if you're fighting over back end numbers, like, whoo, balls. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. And they were all grateful to do that movie, that franchise. Grateful to do it. And that was in, that was in 2015. When was that Comic-Con signing? It was like 2015, I think. I mean, that's a haul. So I think they ended up doing, 5 of those things?
Yeah, and they I think they were about to do another one. Like, I don't think they're stopping.
No.
Yeah.
So, that was that was a global phenomenon, that thing. Crazy, man. Crazy. So I would say he's probably made the most out of it, but Bag is fine. You know?
Okay. So maybe they're not the same. I'm just saying, like, they have the same mentality as far as, like, dude, like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I want to hang out with my bros. I want to fucking, like, hook up with chicks sometimes. Yeah. And, like, that's it.
That's it. That's it. It is what it is. But Bag is fine. K-Cos, though. What's his? I think he's married in real life, right?
I think.
I can never tell
or
with that
he's
guy.
like, I know, I can never tell because he's not like that kind of. He's sort of like, he has like a breeder with him every once in a while. He has kids and stuff, you know.
A breeder, is that the wife?
Yeah, but it's like the kind of wives that like don't.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah, like the kind of wives that like you don't really want to like hang out with. You know?
You just want to have kids and they're going to be a good
have
mom?
Have kids and like have somebody take care of your house and like have someone to kind of like chill with, but they're not like your good friend that you want to hang out with all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like a sturdy build,
base, yeah.
You know, a sturdy base. She can, you know, no problems having kids and taking care of them. She doesn't want to like go anywhere, right?
Right.
She's not like itching to be in the spotlight at all. Like she just wants to.
Let me look up his wife. Because he got popped for asking for a flip over.
That was so long ago.
It was at a Four Seasons, which is a no. You can't.
So long ago, bro.
Can't get a massage at the Four Seasons and then ask to be jacked off. I mean, I guess if you're Kevin Costner, sure.
That girl is beating herself up now. No, I'm joking.
Probably.
At the time, there was a second where Cos was not like the hot shit.
So here we go. Kevin Costner's wife is a former model
Sure.
who is now a handbag designer.
Good for her.
Christine Baumgartner. And Costner met back in the 80s before Costner and ex-wife Cindy Silva split. They happened to re-meet at a restaurant almost 5 years after his divorce. Look at that.
And
look at that. Let's look at her. So they got married in 2004. Let's see what she's she's young as shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a fucking model, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, he went real young. Oh, there we go.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, I get it. If you only could see the pictures that I'm looking at, he's got this fucking fat ass mustache, white pants, and a black shirt with this fucking model on the red carpet.
I love it.
Hilarious, dude. How old is this girl? She's 46, huh? Fuck, good for them. Good for them. No, K-Cos seems real happy in these, so.
Yeah, no, he's good.
I don't think that's going to happen, Japes, anytime soon, you know? I got 3 kids.
No, I'm not wanting, yeah.
They got 3 kids. Whereas Kurt Russell, I could see some plausibility in that. I think Goldie Hawn's going to die off, you know?
Right.
Like, she's not going to live, but, yeah, K-Cos and this chick, they're going to be around for a while.
Yeah, they're going to be fine.
You know? Who is the, how old is Goldie Hawn again?
70.
Ooh.
She's older than Russell.
Yeah.
Which is the only saving grace.
No,
yeah.
She is 74 years old. Wow. She's gonna be 75 this year in November. Yeah. Kurt Russell is at the magic age, 69, brother, 69. So yeah, she's not gonna be around much longer. Did you see a photo of him in khakis and shit?
Yeah, so I follow him, obviously.
Oh, does he have an Instagram and all that stuff?
He does. He's not active like at all. He's definitely like a dad.
Well, he's 70, so
a dad on Instagram. So
sure.
It's just like blurry pictures and nothing really good, or like me drinking. I'm at the winery, man. He's got transition lenses and he's got a khaki. There's a picture of him in khaki cargo shorts and big white sneakers. And it just sort of stopped dead in its tracks for me.
Yeah. Yeah. It happened
because you really have to. We talked about this the other night.
We're going to talk about it today too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
continue.
Shall we now? I mean,
yeah,
so
we shall.
What is there's this formula that you can't really put your finger on.
It's so hard to figure out.
You can't really explain. But there's this point we get older. Costner's doing it, right? I think.
Yes, he is.
Johnny Depp is not.
Right.
Beastie Boys are not.
Here's where
Woody
we're gonna.
Harrelson is.
Here's where we're gonna deep dive today, kids. Is as a man, because we've talked about women before, and especially old whites.
I actually think it's probably the same formula. But go ahead.
Maybe it's tough, and I'll tell you why. So as a man, what is the age that it is you've given up on being cool, and where does that transition go before you're laughed at and mocked? And the reason why we bring this up is we were two things. One, I was watching that Bad Education movie with super straight Hugh Jackman, and there's a scene at the end where Ray Romano is sitting with him, and he's just like, "Hey man, we all make fun of you. Like all you want to do is look pretty and try to beat age." And he's like, "We know you're getting facelifts and all this other shit, right?" And they're just like, he's like, "Why are you doing all this? Like, it doesn't make any sense. It is literally just for you and no one else, because everybody's making fun of you." Then right after that, we watched the Beastie Boys. We tried to. Beastie Boys have a new documentary on Apple TV. I am a gigantic Beastie Boys fan.
Me too. An oscilloscope put it out.
And Jessie won't brag on herself, but I will for you. She starred in a movie that Adam Jock produced, a.k.a. MCA. And he really produced it. You guys did the festival circuit together and all that shit. And you guys he was at Sundance.
We like hung out at their studios and played mahjong with Adam Jock and beer pong and got wasted and went to like 3 different cities together actually with him.
Yeah.
But he was cool as shit. The company's amazing. So it was like, I was very excited about the Beastie Boys movie put out by Oscilloscope. I mean, shit, those guys know what they're fucking doing.
Same. So we flipped it on Apple TV, and it was like one of those one-man Broadway shows where they put like clips in the background of your life, and they would occasionally cut away to interviews. So obviously it's the other two Beastie Boys, one of whom is still Screech's brother, and
Diamond.
It is Michael Diamond. It is hard to get that out of my mind that's Screech's brother.
Yeah.
And then Ad Rock, obviously, but they, oh God, this pains me to say it, so forgive me. I love them. They were so cool. They were my favorites. They're dads now, and they're dorky Jewish dads that live on the Upper East Side now. And watching that, I had to turn it off, a half hour into it. And I just couldn't watch it anymore because I didn't want to ruin the memory of them being cool to me anymore, where it's just, he's in khakis. Ad Rock is in khakis.
Khakis, white sneakers, which like there's a way to do like a dorky cool as well. So it started the conversation of what is the formula for like, they could very easily still be, in my mind, no matter, it doesn't matter how old you are, how old your stuff is, how long ago it happened, you could still be fucking cool. What is the formula? So we're like going down the line. So it's like, there's a huge difference between them in their khakis and white shirt, shoes, and then Johnny Depp.
It looked like two dads that were going to pick up their kids from prep school.
For sure, in the way that they were talking and everything.
Nerdy.
Well, just like an older curmudgeon.
Like, and you could tell that Ad Rock definitely says oy vey probably 4 or 5 times a day in conversation.
Like that.
Yeah.
But then like I bring up Johnny Depp only because I can't think of someone else that like tries very hard, or like these older bands where you can tell the guy's like, you know, has the goatee that he dyes, and then the hair that like, you know, he's dreading up, whatever it is, where you're just like, it seems like so much work for you to try and look cool or look how you used to look. Yeah. There is an answer, and then my other, I would have to say Kevin Costner, and then Woody Harrelson. So Woody Harrelson just doesn't fucking care.
But so here's the difference with Woody Harrelson, right? He got lucky in a sense that he was bald and looked good bald and was doing things bald.
That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about.
No, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why it does. Therefore, his transition of Woody Harrelson, you've already kind of seen him like that. It's not shocking anymore. Whereas you take like an Ad Rock, for example, right now. He's got all gray hair. Mm-hmm. And to me, I hadn't seen him like that. Therefore, it was kind of jarring to get used to, where you're like, oh, shit. Bon Jovi's another one. He has all gray hair now. He looks like he's 1,000 years old. He could have still colored up. Like, that's an example of a guy that still could have colored up and still looked youngish for a long time. Billy Ray Cyrus is another one, going back to like dyeing beards and shit. He's clearly so gray that he is dyeing his beard like every second of the day, and it looks fake. It looks like it's painted on his face. What is it? What is that age, and when do you stop, and how do you transition? Mickey Rourke, like, bro, it's the plugs and everything else. Johnny Depp, like, is become a caricature of himself. When do you switch, and why is the question. Like, I know, based on his interviews, fucking Ad Rock, for example, right, is completely happy and fine with life and who he is in life, and it doesn't care anymore, right? But we care because we were fans of the band and how cool they were and all that other shit. Do you take that into consideration as a dude of like, man, what is the image to everyone else? Tommy Lee's another one from Motley Crue. Like, he looks weird because he's dyeing all of his shit and still wearing like mascara and makeup and shit, like in his 60s, and you're just like, man, you don't have to do that anymore, or maybe you do. Like, I don't know. When is it? When's that cutoff? And then should we judge them? That was the other part about the Beastie Boys thing. Like, I felt bad judging them of like, yeah, they probably are dads with kids in prep school. Who the fuck am I to judge them if they're happy? Yeah,
no, I mean, I'm not judging.
I just, am. I was, and now I feel shitty about it now that I'm talking about it.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just, we're just talking about, is it better to burn out than fade away? I mean, I don't know. Like, it's like, we're just talking about
Woody Harrelson established a look.
How you transition. And I'm not talking about looks. So it's really, it's hard because I'm not talking about looks. Like, I'm not going down that road. Like, Costner is gray.
Clothes, though,
is
part of your
gray
look.
And balding.
But clothes are part of your look. Your age and the way you decide to do it, that's part of your look.
Yeah. So with the Beastie Boys, like, their clothes didn't right off the bat do it for me. Like, I was like, all right, maybe they're cool nerdy. Like, there is a cool nerdy vibe that they have always had. So I'm like, okay. But when they were talking and the way that they were talking, they just didn't have it anymore, right? Mm-hmm. They didn't have, it was like two completely different people talking about Bourdain. Like, how do you be, he was 60-something, right?
And he stayed cool, yes.
He stayed cool. So I have to look at, like, the essence of these people that I'm talking about. So, like, Bourdain, he just didn't fucking care.
Right.
It's not about the clothes that he wore or whatever. Like, he cursed, he smoked, he talked shit, he drank whatever, he did fucking hallucinogenics on camera. Like, he did not care. It's why everyone gravitated towards him. Mm-hmm. Woody Harrelson, like, does not care.
Right.
He wears sweats, he wears slippers, he wears a jean jacket over a fucking button-up shirt all at the same time, right, and a cowboy hat, and parties, smokes weed. He'll wear a linen pant. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't fucking care. Mm-hmm. So that's what I think it is. You have to not care. Once you start caring so much, they really were caring about, they clearly have gotten to the point, Beastie Boys, where they have like kids in very expensive schools, I'm sure, neighbors that are very like hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Like you have to they clearly changed the way that they talk, the way that they think about the world, the way that they interact. It happens.
Yeah.
So if you could somehow find a way to like not care, it's nothing that you can try and do, because that's trying too hard, but you have to literally not give a fuck. If you go gray, fucking be gray. But
you have to own it at a certain date, and establish it. And again, like the Woody Harrelson thing, and I'll use this example for Joe Rogan as well. With the baldness thing, it was definitely a choice, because I remember Rogan when he had hair, right? But at a certain point, he just stopped and said, all right, fuck this. Here's who I am. I'm shaving my head. And boom, Rogan is Rogan. He's going to last a lot. His career and his life and his coolness is going to last a long time, because he established a look early on and said, fuck it, I'm doing this, and this is who I am. Woody Harrelson got lucky, because he just lost his hair, but he was already cool at that point and just kind of just didn't give a fuck. And that is carried over 30 years later, where you're like, all right, rad, you're still cool. With the Beastie Boys, like I never saw him as gray, and I never saw him as a Jewish dad until this last year, when he just came out, and I was like, fuck, man. The only image in my mind of them before was them sitting on a couch drinking beer, partying, like that was, or them on a skateboard, like that's all I really thought of them. And I saw them at you obviously saw them later, and I don't know, you said Adam Yauch was cool as fuck, like dope looking.
Yeah, he was cool. I mean, he even had like, because it was like a throat thing that he ended up dying from, so he had like, like big patches or like parts taken out of his neck or whatever. But he was just like cowboy hat, Dumb and Dumber jacket, big boots. Like he was cool as shit till the end.
Yeah.
He didn't have kids though. Like his wife was actually pregnant when he passed away, but so like he didn't have kids. He didn't have that whole thing. He was just trying to do cool shit till the very end. So that's the difference, right?
It is.
Like there's that.
Man. It's a weird struggle. Like, and look, even some of my friends, like Brian Callen, right? Brian Callen is in his 50s. I think he's 52, 53, or whatever, right? And it's like, at what point, like he shaved his head the other day during the quarantine, and of course Brendan Schaub went all in on him, and everybody else did, and it was hilarious. But he's in his 50s, and it's like, man, he didn't establish a look yet. So the next look, whatever that's going to be, is old man, and it's when to do it. Like Matt LeBlanc. Matt LeBlanc is a perfect example for a dude out there, where I thought he went gray too early because he looked great, and he's still a good looking dude.
Yeah,
he's put a few pounds on, whatever, but he's rich as fuck, and the roles he's played have matched what he does. But he's been gray now for so long that when I saw him pop up in this Friends thing, there was a picture on Jennifer J. Anis's page. Still trying to make that happen. Jennifer Aniston. And it was a picture of him with gray hair. I was like, yeah, it's Matt LeBlanc. Because he established it so early that I'm like, oh, all right, cool, man. Yeah, I've already been on that ride with him for like 10 years. Yeah. And that's the hardest part, I think, as a dude to struggle with, man. It's like, when is it?
He didn't care.
I know.
And he's never cared.
But everybody else does, and every celebrity does in particular. Especially, look, Johnny Depp was on every young girl's fucking door, wall, ceiling forever. 20, 30 years he spanned.
What he failed to see was that he still would have been.
What do you think he did wrong as a woman? Let me ask you this. As a woman, what do you think he did wrong?
He tried way too hard, too late.
Okay.
So his whole vibe before was not giving a fuck. His hair was long. He was just like fucking cool, right? I think when you try, and this is true of anything, women is as well. If you are trying to hold on to who you were, it's not going to age well, right? So all the fucking scarves he needs to tie around his arm every day, all the necklaces he has to put on, like the sunglasses, the hat with the thing under it, and the like hair poking out in the exact right places. Like that on a man in particular is so unattractive. Like if you have to do all these little things and then it's like all kind of covered up in this weird Aerosmith / Hunter S. Thompson / pirate situation.
Right.
I think mainly he just sort of lost his fucking mind. That's A, right? And then B, I don't think guys understand, even with the gray. Like, I don't think guys understand that, like, it can be sexy. Mm-hmm. And, like, being gradually going into that phase is probably, like, it's going to be the hardest transition you do. But if you do it right, I think what you guys don't understand is, like, you just get better looking. And it sucks, and I fucking hate to admit it.
Right.
But if you just don't fucking try so hard to look the way that you used to look. There are many people that I think look way better as an older, or there's some people I see now that I'm like, they're going to be hot when they're, like, 55, 60. Like, they're just right now, it's just not really working. Right. But, like, or it's cute, but it's like, meh, like normal, whatever, nothing interesting. But you could tell that person, like, when they go a little gray, get a little salt and pepper, like, get a little bit more not caring. So Marc Maron has never been good looking until he started not giving a fuck, right? And then you're kind of like, what about, you know, it's just like an interesting thing. And, you know, I don't know. I think if you're trying to get younger girls to look at you, it's the most unattractive thing ever. If you don't give a fuck about them, they're going to be all over your fucking ass.
Maybe. And look. Just
saying.
Yeah. My advice out there, because I'm looking at breezed over at the message boards, a lot of people are asking of like, hey man, some people are saying my hair is thick and all this other stuff. If you're a dude, there's things you can do, like Keeps is one of them. Keeps.com/revolution. That's one. It keeps the hair that you have currently, and a lot of my friends are on it. I know I've talked about it on the show. That's one thing you can do. Also, the other thing is, if you have a youngish face, I would say fucking keep coloring up, dude. Definitely keep coloring up if you're going gray. If you have a youngish face, because it's going to turn you into old. Bon Jovi, dude, I can't get over it. 1,000 years old that guy looks now, and he did not before.
I just think he should go shorter with it. I don't like.
Rather than long
not
hair?
mind.
Maybe.
I do not mind a gray. Like,
maybe,
I really, really like it. I cannot stress that enough, and a lot of women do.
Right.
Whatever makes you guys feel better, that's also the other thing. And that's, I'm sure, how you feel about us, which is like, we don't really love that you guys do that, but if it makes you feel better, do it, right? For girls, like, there's probably tons of things that you're like, you don't need to do that.
And by the way, same for guys, for girls.
But that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because women want to do shit that it's like,
you don't
dudes,
have to do it.
Yeah, it's unnecessary.
No, I get it, but it's also a confidence thing. So that's what I'm saying. If people want to color up, like, to make themselves feel better, like, that's totally fine. But
I do see women that you know, that should do it, where you're like, man, you just tell them to do some Botox, you know?
You've seen what?
Younger women do it, where I'm like, man, I know how old you are. You look 1,000. You should do it, you know?
Okay.
You're not one of them. Like, you've been fucking #blessed about your whole shit. Like,
sure,
you don't have
I mean,
I don't.
Yeah. I mean, everyone should get Botox, right?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it depends. Depends on who you are.
Why not?
You know? Like K-Cos, he shouldn't at this point.
No, not at this point. Yeah. And then if you haven't gotten it,
and you don't. Like, it's just when to establish it. That's the hardest thing. I wish there was a number in life.
This conversation can go on forever. I hate to, and that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to steer away from talking about looks so much as being like, just
your personality.
Just going with it. Like, don't be so fucking thirsty. Like, you know, like, just believe me, it's hard. Like, I'm there. I'm sure you're there. Like, there's these years that are transitional where you're like, am I too old to fucking do that? Like, am I not old enough to do this? Am I like, what, you know, like, I'm not shopping at Forever 21 anymore. That's huge.
Well, it's also bankrupt and closed, so.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where you're like, I can't do that anymore. There's how you feel is like, why can't I wear a crop top? Because you can't. Do you know what I mean? Like, you can, but it's, so I'm I'm in that phase.
Right.
Where you're just like, and that's the tipping point. And that's where like Johnny Depp went wrong. That's where all these people are going wrong. And especially it's like Aerosmith, whatever.
Sure.
It's a hard place to navigate, but
it is, yeah.
I'm going to try and just not give a fuck.
All right. I'm
going to try.
I think you can. You're cool enough that it doesn't really matter.
Thanks, man.
You've always kind of just been cool, though. Like in real life, where it's like, all right, I truly feel that. Like you walk in and you're just fucking cool. The shit you like is cool. It's off kilter. Like,
It's weird.
Yeah, it's weird. There's different things in life where you're just like, all right, yeah, that girl's cool.
Sure.
Where I can't say that about a lot of people. Where I look at...
I think I just don't want to lose that, right? Like, you look at the Beastie Boys and you're like, they lost their cool. They hung out at too many fucking, like, cocktail parties in the Upper East Side. You know what I'm saying? They tried too hard to fit into something where it's like, that I've always fought against.
Like, you're wearing a gold chain right now that says blessed. Everyone who watches this show, and has for a long time, knows we hate that word more than life itself.
Yeah.
Jesse's been wearing this for months now as a joke.
I love ironic jewelry.
Ironic jewelry is what she loves. And it says blessed. However, we're currently living in the South. Like, if that was in Los Angeles, it'd be really hilarious to everybody, probably all day long. In the South, everyone thinks that she feels lucky to be alive every day, and she's blessed.
One of my friends, one friend got it yesterday. Finally was like, "Oh my God, does that say blessed?" And I was like, "Yes, girl, yes." So
but I think about that all the
time. Got it.
I think about when we go out all the time. I'm like, I bet you 99.9% of the women that look at her and be like, "Oh,
for sure,
she's super into Jesus."
That are just like that, or they're like, "I know, me too. We've got to just like be more like aware of like more gratitude." Boy. But you know why I wear it? For that one girl that comes up to me every 2 months and is like, "Is that say fucking blessed?" And I'm like, "Yes, girl, you're my peeps."
Blessed. Yeah.
Thank you, Rihanna. She said I will never lose my cool. I mean, fuck.
I don't think you will.
I hope not. I do fight against it, right? But like when you have kids, it's hard. You don't want to be that mom that's like, "What's up, fucking bitch?" Walking in. So it's like it is a fine line. Like I just need to. I don't want to be an embarrassment to my kids, right?
Sure.
Because there is going to be a moment when they're like, "Dude, my mom is fucking so weird." Yeah. Like, she's not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to, like, ruin any chances of them, like, being cool at school.
You've always been pretty cool.
So,
I don't see you switching, you know?
No, but I can switch. You know, I can, like, turn it on if I need to.
Yeah.
If I need to go into a meeting, or if I have like a classy, which I never do, by the way. Who am I fucking kidding? I've never even been to a black tie event ever.
That's true.
One time we were gonna go. Wasn't Dakota's black tie?
Oh, yes, it was. Yeah, a friend of ours wedding. Yeah.
And I had like ordered. Yeah. Like full on, like the thing that you like have to wear at all black tie. It was like gonna be my one thing.
Right.
We all know how that turned out. Love you, Dakota, but
didn't turn out sweet. We're gonna get into deep fakes after the sponsors here. This was a thing that Jay-Z ended up suing for today, and I was like, huh? It's crazy how real it's getting, and we're going to talk about that after the sponsors. I want to thank everybody who's been rating Ross Patterson Revolution a 5 on iTunes. We're 26 reviews away from 1,000. So just go to Ross Patterson Revolution on iTunes. Give it a 5-star. It's free. That's it. The advertising agency needs to see that shit. So just give it a 1-liner and a 5-star on iTunes. And then hammer the like button if you're watching YouTube right now. It helps beat the algorithm. We've hired somebody to try to fix the shadow ban. Our first call with him is on Friday, so he better not fuck it up. talking about
You're
you, Wally.
Listening.
Yeah,
Wally.
yeah.
No,
You should be listening. 'Cause I'm paying you, so we'll see.
Calm down.
Don't fuck it up, Wally. You know. Everybody in the studio is like, oh Jesus, yeah,
Oh, boy.
yeah, paying a lot of money,
Okay,
Wally.
okay.
Don't fuck it up. We got to get rid of this shadow ban. I know it happened after the Alex Jones episode. I know it did. Nothing I can do about it now. We're 9,000 episodes deep in this motherfucker. So we got ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros first up. Ooh. 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest. Everyone is doing that. It's great.
I think you should. I mean,
You got that stimulus check? Fucking A. You might as well quarantine in peace, especially if you're in one of these states that's got a lot of fuckery going around.
yeah.
If you're in one of the Musk up states, a.k.a. California, staying inside until May 31st.
Dude, I was talking to my friend today
Beef that noise.
that works at a salon, and she was like, we're not going back to work until June. I'm like, fuck
No, dude. Yeah.
that, bro.
And if this governor of North Carolina tries to pull this bullshit,
Governor.
Roy Cooper,
Yeah.
it's going to be Roy Pooper. I'm going to fucking show up at his house, squat down after eating
No, that's what I'm saying.
3 or 4 Del Monte frozen burritos and just unleash the fury.
She,
I'm all done with this. I think if I look,
she's here. That's what I'm saying.
I think if what?
She's here. They're not going back to the salon until June because
You're
they're
fucking joking.
yeah, they're in phase like 3. So salons here are in phase like one of the last phases.
Oh man, my mom's gonna have a heart attack. She can't get nails and hair done. Look, every woman wants to get their nails and hair done. I'm lucky because I have you. You can at least cut my hair and shit.
That's not the only reason. But yeah.
Goddamn rights.
No, yeah, I'm also I'm lucky because I don't fucking care, but like
But what?
I mean, I have
No, because you're
nails.
cool, dude.
No, but like these
You've
roots,
already that's a perfect example. You've established yourself as cool.
As not
Therefore,
caring.
people don't know whether or not you're doing that on purpose or whether or not it's just you.
well,
Dead serious.
in the quarantine, you know for a fact I don't care.
With you though,
but-
people don't know. You're still wearing again. Really want to highlight you're wearing a blessed gold chain right now.
because I am blessed. Anyways, ghost bed, yeah, and I would say do the 36th month, like
Pay-as-you-go program.
just in
No
these
interest.
times. Like I hate to say that for ghost bed, but just do it
Yeah.
so that you can get sheets, pillows, everything for not like
All
an
of it.
insane amount of money right now.
Yeah,
Do
yeah.
not use all of your stimulus on it. I know Ross is saying
No,
to do
but
that,
it's $20
that's not what
a
it's
month.
for.
Fuck it, dude.
No, I know. I'm saying, but like, just get it.
Ball out.
Especially right now.
Ball out, baller.
I can't wait to get back to mine. How about you?
Oh, I love to lay my dick down in a ghost bed. Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros today. Next up, we've got expressvpn.com/revolution. This has been my saving grace through all this bullshit. It's now 4 times that I've been hacked or tried to have been. And expressvpn.com/revolution has stopped it. Fuck, dude. What is with people in this shit? I'm getting more and more like these weird fucking emails and like the pass like because what it does is it triggers everything, right? So I'll get this
Because
like, hey,
right
can you
now-
confirm what this is? There's been a bunch of shit that I was like, man, that was not me. So
Because right now we
shouts
look
out
weak.
to expressvpn.com.
We look weak to the rest of the world.
We do. Look like a bunch of
And
pussies.
they will be coming after you.
Yes.
If you don't have ExpressVPN right now, and especially in these times,
Mm-hmm.
like everybody knows that we're all vulnerable. 'Cause
China.
We're being fucking losers.
China. Not
They're
only
like,
these
they're
motherfuckers taking
scared.
down the world, now they're trying to take down your bank accounts and all this other shit. Fuck China, dude. Get expressvpn.com/drinking or we have Drinkin Bros as well /revolution today. They're on all of our shows because we use this fucking shit for ever. It's a $7 app. It just runs seamlessly in the
Why
background of your
wouldn't
computer
you?
a month. That's it. It'll protect you from all this shit. I've gotten saved 4 times. That's why I'm going to give them a lot of shine, dude. expressvpn.com/revolution today. 3 free months if you sign up for a year. So it's like $60 a month or whatever it is. 60 months for the year. Amazing.
Dude, that's insane.
It's insane.
Why wouldn't you just do
Let's
that?
do it. Next up, we got StrikeForceEnergy.com, James.
Boom, 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 boom. Shabloinkers. A lot of spit on that one.
Yeah, you did.
There was a little extra spit.
A lot of salivals. Only thing that's getting me through the quarantine is put a little bit of this in my drink. Get real ramped up. Get my pecker ramped up.
To do nothing and go nowhere. But it really does help because it's like if you don't have anything to do, like you need something to like get you going, or else you will stay in bed all day.
I gotta get my pecker ramped up. Oh, my pecker. Look, no carbs, no sugars. You're not gonna get that quarantine 15, and it lasts longer than 5-hour energy. Go to strikeforceenergy.com, promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off. I've got a subscription. It's cheap as fuck too, and with the promo code, it's almost like you're stealing it from them. Last but not least, we got straightrazors.com, Jabes.
Ooh, that's a clean cut. Smooth. Oh, you like it?
Man, that's jangling around the old skull.
Oh, is it jangling around?
It is. Look, the stores are still out of shaving equipment. If you're a dude in this slate, they are. It fucking sucks, man. Luckily, straightrazors.com's got it. It ships right to your house. They have no problem shipping there. You can get straight razors and normal shaving razors. You can get it all there. The fucking Smolder aftershave is the best in the business. I use it every single day. I love them. We've had them forever. I love them. Straightrazors.com. Promo code REVOLUTION, 20% off. It's a big savings there, and they've already knocked down their shit. I want to talk about the deep fakes that's going on, Jabes. I saw a really interesting lawsuit this morning pop up from Jay-Z to a YouTuber saying, hey, man, you cannot use my voice and deep fake whatever fucking videos, songs, all this shit you want. If you don't know what I'm talking about, Jamie, we'll play a clip of it now. It's super creepy.
China, Joni Ray,
Billy Joel, we didn't start the fire.
To McCarthy, Richard Nixon, through the back of television, North Korea, South Korea, Marilyn Monroe, Rosenberg's H-Bone, Sugar Ray, Penn, Mahjong, Brando, the King and I, and the Catcher in the Rye. Eisenhower, vaccine and lens, got a new queen, Marshall, Liberace, Centennial to go by. We didn't start the fire, it was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. No, we didn't like it, but we tried to fight it. Joseph Stalin, Malenka, Vanessa.
It's creepy, man. It's really
so this is just
fucking creepy.
A program. It's not him. Like, I guess when I first heard it, you were like,
I can't tell.
Oh,
so
okay.
the guy's name it's voice synthesizer.
Okay, so he's just
that's his channel, and he's doing all of these voice synthesize performances in different people's voices. So this one was the one we just played you was Billy Joel. We didn't start the fire, and it sounds great. I mean, look, it's a little shaky in the background, obviously, but
sure
they don't have it quite dialed in yet. But the other ones are like Trump, Barack Obama, and you can go back through in history. People were making requests on there, and saying, "Hey, man, do the I Have a Dream speech as Kanye West." And it was like,
and then he'll just like do
and
it.
when I pictured it in my mind, like it would sound cool, I guess. But the problem is, people are thinking that a lot of people thought that Jay-Z was just recording these, like we didn't start the fire and everything else, because the cadence and the rhythm that he's saying it in. If I didn't know that was a deep fake and I didn't read this article, I would have thought maybe he did it, you know. And there's a lot of people around the world, because YouTube and all this other shit is global, right? What's to stop somebody from performing We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel, putting it up as Jay-Z, put it on fucking SoundCloud, for example, go around the world? It's strange. And I wonder if that's going to be some new form of license in the future. But how do you trademark somebody's voice? And how do you trademark someone doing an impression of your voice?
Yeah, so I guess I'm just confused as to what he's suing.
So he's suing for it being a deep fake that this guy is passing off videos and songs that they are Jay-Z. And to that extent, I mean, look, man, I've I've done those Freeman. I used to do those Freeman Fridays. We did it for like a year straight, just to do it. Where, you know, I was just pretending to be Morgan Freeman reading off like weird fucking commenting on weird shit.
Yeah.
And part of me was like, it's an impression. Like, who gives a shit? Comedians have been doing impressions for years. Mm-hmm. But now if you're getting sued for it, what do you do in this case? And what's the law for it, I guess? So it's strange because to my knowledge, you can't patent a voice.
Right, but I'm sure he's just trying to set a precedent. Right?
He is. So in this lawsuit, he's saying, "Hey, man, you're ruining my brand and dampening it by putting out so much content under my voice that, like, you know, people aren't going to want to hear Jay-Z albums or whatever. They're going to want to hear these weird fucking mixtapes and shit like that." Strange that we've gotten there where it's like, all right, we're here now. That sounded identical to me. Besides for a little rattle in the background, and it's only because we do sound, you know, that I hear it. But if you're able to isolate that and eliminate it and do it perfectly, first of all, I thought it was cool as shit. I enjoyed that performance of "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Right.
I would love to hear more of those.
Yeah.
But you can't, and certainly Jay-Z doesn't want to fucking do it, obviously, so.
Well, this goes back to, you know, this is why I'm not a news believer. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, of course not. Of course not. But I know, like Princess Leia, for example, Carrie Fisher, when she died, she had sold her image rights to, or they were assigned to a family member, right? And said, look, if I die, use this image properly and you can figure out the way around it. Like, you know, we saw the Whitney Houston hologram performance thing. God damn it, that was weird, and it didn't look like her, and it was strange, right?
Yeah.
But they have the right to do it and license it off. So I wonder if that's going to be the next thing of like, all right, with these people with iconic voices, like Morgan Freeman or mine, or I'm kidding.
Or me.
Or Jay-Z or people like that. Like, will you be able to license that out in the future? Because, look, I was thinking about it from this angle too. Like, let's say, I just saw new images of the Ford Bronco. You see those, Alec? So they put out the Ford Bronco was supposed to be out this spring. Obviously, with COVID, it was pushed, and so now there's two images that are going to enter it in that Baja 5000 in Mexico, and so they put out like a couple street or dirt versions of it, if you want to call it that. It looked cool as shit, right? Everybody's waiting for the first commercial of when this is going to actually drop and you're going to actually see the new Bronco for real in a commercial. Now, let's say you're Jay-Z and you're dead, right? Or Morgan Freeman or James Earl Jones. But somebody calls your estate and says, hey, man, it would have been awesome if James Earl Jones could read the Ford Bronco commercial. Can I license his voice to read this? You know, Morgan Freeman, like, you remember it since the 80s, the 90s. It's a time-honored tradition. Now, the Ford Bronco is back. Now, let's say he's dead, right? And that's, I'm just doing an impression. What they're doing is capturing the voice in a computer, synthing it out, and putting it over the things. Could that be the next model of money-making for whoever's families later on down the road? What's to stop Tom Cruise's kids from using his voice in 50 years after he's dead? Or Paul Newman? You know, or JFK, to read off some cool shit or not cool shit, like, you know, because here's where it will go eventually, just thinking about it at the top of my head. It'll be like Morgan Freeman reading like, the Whopper Jr. is back. Mm-hmm. Now, for a limited time, 99 cents, the Whopper Jr.
Yeah.
I'm sure Morgan Freeman would be pissed off about that. He's dead. But what does it really matter? And the family's going to be making money off of it. Yeah. If you can do it this clearly, it's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. It's too.
Because that was too good to me.
Crazy of a, yeah.
The cadence at which they were able to read this at, Billy Joel's "We Didn't Start the Fire," like, was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It sounded like that's what Jay-Z would do with that song. Mm-hmm. It didn't sound janky at all to me.
No.
So I wonder if you're going to be able to license voices for the future and things like that.
Well, people will try and license whatever the fuck they can. So
yeah.
I'm sure.
Creepy, though.
I'm sure.
You know?
Just so that if somebody does something like this, you can be like, I did not authorize.
Right. But what's the other part about it is like, what's to stop somebody from saying that's how I really talk? You know?
Yeah, and I'm sure that's where the court cases, those are the turns that it's going to take.
Yeah.
And ultimately, I think that will be the verdict, right? Like, I just think he wants, and I think he knows he's going to lose. I think he just wants to have it on record that, like,
I wonder. I don't know.
That, like, he is not fucking cool with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I wonder. It's one of those things where, like, there was a story yesterday in Kentucky about the Kentucky governor saying people were taking advantage of the stimulus and unemployment checks. And as an example, he pulled up this thing and he goes, look, here's a guy named Tupac Shakur who is saying he didn't get his unemployment check. And he's like, we've got to stop people from doing this. Turns out it was a guy who changed his fucking name in 1998 to Tupac Shakur. And it's a real person who's like 58 years old now.
Sure.
And is trying to get his unemployment checks. And you're like, what's to stop you from doing stupid shit like that? You know?
Should we stop people from doing shit like that?
So I genuinely think you should. I don't think people should be able to change their name to Tupac Shakur later on in life. That's weird, dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean,
wonder if he's white.
It's only going to cause...
White? I didn't see a picture of him.
I hope that he is. It's only going to cause problems for him. Do you know what I mean? It's only going to cause problems for him, as we see.
What if it is a white guy?
I wish.
Oh, it'd be so great. Tupac Shakur, the DMV, and then he stands up and you're just like, oh, it's a 58-year-old white man.
Guy, yeah.
Huge fan. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
You're just a huge Tupac fan. Nothing I can do. You get it.
Yeah.
But these deep fakes, like, so this guy's got a whole channel that's dedicated to doing these, and sounds pretty creepy. Pretty creepy. So we'll see. The other thing that's pretty creepy, man, is Drudge Report. Drudge Report has gotten really fucking creepy, man.
How?
It's now just a fear-mongering site. Like, every article is about the end. It's doomsday. Every article is the end of the world. We're all gonna die. People are dying. Like, it never was like that. I wonder if he's in trouble. Matt Drudge.
And that's why he's doing this.
I wonder if views are going down and things like that. It's a hard turn to make, a hard left on this one. We were like, whoa, that's weird. That is nothing like what you were.
Well, there's a saying in journalism that is, don't let a good crisis go to waste, right? And so I think we're at the point now where that's what people are doing.
Right.
Facebook, I believe, is doing that. Drudge apparently is doing it, where they're like, hey, everyone else is getting the ratings from doing this. I've got to as well. Everyone's kind of, you got to take care of your shit. You got to take care of your business, right?
Yeah.
The graduation thing that Facebook is doing, I feel is exactly that. I think it's taking advantage of, because that is not something, by the way, that is not something that people want. No kid, whether you're...
And explain it to the audience what you're talking about.
So Facebook is doing Graduation 2020, which is like they're going to have Oprah as a keynote speaker, and they're going or the commencement speech, right? Yeah. And then Miley Cyrus is going to sing Climb, and they're going to have Simone Biles, and it's going to be this whole kind of stream on Facebook that's supposed to be your graduation. Yeah. Nobody asked for this, and nobody wants this. I'm not in college, but I'll tell you 100%, this is not what they want.
No.
This is what Facebook... I mean, there's going to be ads all over the place, and Facebook is taking advantage of the situation.
Yes.
Under the guise of, we're just doing something for everybody. Now, if it was private, where, like, only if you were a graduate, like a college graduate, you're the only ones that can, like, get into this chat room or something like this. But if I just wanted to see Oprah do a speech, I could do that. If that's something I wanted to do on the day that I'm supposed to graduate college, like, I could do that.
How depressing. I saw the virtual prom the other day, and that was super fucking depressing as well. Or it was just like
I
kids
just
dancing
think
in their living room in front of a fucking computer, and it was just like, God damn it, man. Luckily, our kids aren't at that age or whatever, but like to miss your senior year or to miss your graduation or to miss your college graduation or whatever it is, like it'd be the worst.
It would be the worst, but then we also like, it would be the worst. It would be the worst.
Yeah.
I guess. Or maybe not. I mean, I don't know. Like, but
think of all spring sports too. Like every kid plays sports, and and they're
it's gonna be shitty. Like the only people I really, really feel super shitty for are like high school seniors. That's it, and they're not gonna be able to get back any of those things.
No.
Pretty much everyone else, like, calm down, you're going to go back to school. Like, and this will be a time that happened to you.
But I wonder if it's this year.
That what?
You go back to school?
Look, I don't know that, and I can't even really think about that. But if you're a senior, that's it. Like, we have a situation where
I'd stay, man.
We're not going back to a particular school ever again. We're not going back to the, what I mean? Like, we don't go back and say goodbye to the teachers. We don't, like, since we were being redistricted, like, that was it. So there's certain situations that are kind of like really shitty, and then there's some that are just like, this is hard, and it sucks as far as like having to homeschool your kids and missing prom and all of this. But I just think Facebook's and more is
becoming hell on earth.
It's becoming a big dumpster fire, like I've always said it is. And
the graduation thing is a bad move.
But everybody's doing this kind of stuff. I think more and more we're going to enter this phase where people are just taking advantage of this situation under the guise of bringing us all together. And it's just sort of like the concert was good. I like that. Post Malone's thing is sweet.
Yeah, that was
there's some
rad.
things that
a couple
are fucking cool.
Yeah.
And then there's some things that I do believe are operating under that, from that quote, which is like, don't let a good crisis go to waste. Like, if you have any kind of outlet right now, like, you need to be exploiting it if you want to make money from it. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is your time.
Yeah.
Drudge, this is your time. Facebook, like, this is your time. CNN, fucking, this is your time. Oh my gosh, like, it's like that Weather Channel when Florence came through, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they were raking it in.
Yeah.
I had the Weather Channel on from 5 a.m.
Yep.
I was nursing a child, but from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Constantly. They were loving it.
And
they did not let it go to waste.
The other thing that Facebook is currently trying to hijack is Zoom. So now you can do these video calls,
Zoom too.
And they're pumping that out of like, hey, we can connect you to 50 people and all your friends. All you have to do is go through Facebook to do it. So that's the next thing they're trying to take away. No, they don't stop, do they? They don't stop. James, you get a crime corner today? No, you don't, do you? Oh, we're teasing it for tomorrow, kids. I'm just messing with you, James. We're teasing it for tomorrow. James is going to have a crime corner tomorrow. It was from somebody, though, I think you said, right?
Oh, well, I did Danielle's already.
Oh, you did? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. But we will have a crime corner tomorrow.
Yes.
It's nice. I feel this is the hump day. This is Wednesday. Crime
Hump
corner
day?
tomorrow on Thursday. You know what I'm saying? Hump day?
Mike. What day is it?
Oh, God. Don't.
The classic Geico commercial.
I doted on how cool you were the entire episode, and then
That's
just
the
quoted,
point is I'm not actually cool. And everyone knows that I'm a fucking
You are cool,
dorky
James.
weirdo. No.
You are cool, J-Balls.
No, dude.
Crime Corner tomorrow, and we will be with you tonight for Drinkin Bros. I forget who the guest is tonight. Do you know? You remember, Alec? Oh, it's Tyler Gray. Shit, that's right. We got Tyler Gray on tonight.
Oh my gosh.
On Drinkin Bros. And that'll be out at 8 p.m. EST, so you can join us tonight. Tyler Gray is one of the best human beings on the planet. He's currently starring in SEAL Team on CBS, but he was fucking badass in the military. That was the dude, man.
Oh yeah.
Now he's a fucking TV actor. He's a movie star. Good for him. I
for
couldn't be a
him.
nicer guy. I was lucky. Like, there's some people you feel lucky interviewing. He's one of them. I got to interview him maybe a year and a half ago, and I was like, man, I love that guy. It was like a standing invitation whenever you want to come back on. But SEAL Team shoots 10 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's hard. It's hard to get a hold of people, But during the quarantine, it's not. So
hey, don't let it go to waste.
He hit me up and was like, "Hey, man, I'm not doing anything." I was like, "Great. We want to sit down and talk shop?" Because they let him direct an episode of SEAL Team, so he's looking to get into directing. So we talked a lot about movies tonight. It was fun. I just love that dude. He's just a great, genuine dude. Tyler Gray is on tonight at 8. We have fake news tomorrow, and we will be with you for Ross Patterson Revolution at nooner. Right?
Yeah.
Is it nooner tomorrow?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, great.
Until further notice.
Yes. Until the quarantine, whatever the fuck that is. It's hard to talk about. We'll be here every day with you.
Yeah.
We don't give a shit.
No.
And again, just rate the fucking show a 5-star on iTunes. It really, really helps with the advertisers. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.